What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Good morning, hope you guys had a great weekend, but most of all, I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Now in today's Division 2 video, I'm going to talk about the Umbra Initiative gear set and why I think this is the best gear set in the game. I mean, let's be real. You're healing yourself, you're getting damage buffs, you're able to run and gun, you can sit and cover if you want. I mean, you get the whole shebang. And from what I've seen from other people within this community, there's unlimited potential with the way you could build this gear set. Now, I'm going to show you probably around 8 or 9 different versions of Umbra Initiative that I'm currently testing out. And these are all going to be future build videos that I will show you, probably later on this week. So I'm going to give you a nice little, sneak peek, if you will. Now, before that, we're going to break down the gear set. I'm going to tell you exactly why I think this gear set is amazing. And then we'll talk about the builds. I'll show you how it works. And then we'll go on with our day. So if that sounds good, sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, or, it's coffee time, right? I mean, it's really early. So grab that coffee, breakfast sandwich, whatever the hell it is, and enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, you know the deal. And let's go ahead and jump into this. So Umbra Initiative. So this is the brand new gear set that just came out in Season 10 on September 13th. So, it's not even a week old, right? And I've seen this in every part of the game, every single part, whether it be Countdown, the Dark Zone, Conflict, Open World, normal missions. I've even seen it on Legendary Strongholds like District Union Arena. I've seen this thing everywhere. The Summit, and everyone is loving this gear set, and rightfully so. Now, not only do you get every single piece of this gear set just from the season reward track, but you also get all of the blueprints, so you can also craft your gear set as well. And if you're running Countdown or Summit and you have this as targeted loot, you can get a full set just within minutes. It's really that easy. Now let's talk about the gear set bonuses. So for the 2-piece, you get crit chance of 15%, and then for the 3-piece, you get reload speed of 30%. So right off the bat, you are already getting higher crit percentages and faster reload, so you're going to have higher DPS regardless just by using that. Now, the best part of this is the 4-piece, because the 4-piece usually gives you a talent, right? Well, this one gives you 2 talents. You have From the Shadows, and then you have Into the Light. Now, From the Shadows is while you are in cover, and then Into the Light is while you are out of cover. Now, the cool thing about this is you can have buffs of both of these talents active at the exact same time. You can be healing yourself and giving yourself a damage buff at the same time. You could be gaining your healing buff and still using your damage buff at the same time. It's really amazing. And not only that, but we all know that the chest pieces and the backpacks will amplify your gear set bonuses. And man, does Umbra Initiative do that. So let's talk about the talents, and then we'll talk about the chest piece and backpacks. So From the Shadows, that's the first part while you're in cover. So it says while you're in cover, you gain 10 stacks per second. Up to 50. So to get full stacks, you have to be in cover for 5 seconds. Now the buff will not apply while you are shooting from cover. So when you get this buff to use it, you have to get out of cover to use it. So the 50 stacks will give you 50% crit hit damage and 15% RPMs. That's your rounds per minute. So you're getting a higher rate of fire with a higher crit hit damage. Now, while you are out of cover, you will lose 2 of those stacks per second at normal speed. That means walking around. But you will only lose 1 stack per second if you are sprinting. So if you're one of those that jumps out of cover and starts running, you're only going to lose 1 stack per second. Now, the cool part about this is you will gain 10 per second if you're in cover. So say you jump in cover, right? And you get max stacks. And then you're like, all right, let me go find the enemy. You jump out of cover and you run. You can't find the enemy for what, 10, 20 seconds? Okay, no problem. Jump back into cover for 2 seconds and you'll get all of those stacks back. And then you can do it again. So it's very easy to keep these stacks active because while you're running around, you're only losing 1 stack per second. And you can get 10 per second if you're in cover. So if you do it right, you can run around with max stacks pretty much the whole time you're playing if you have a good like cover system type of playstyle. Now, that leads us into the other part of the talent, and that's called Into the Light. So Into the Light, while you are out of cover, it's out of cover and in combat, so my bad. So you have to be in combat, and you will see this buff start to tick up while, you're running around. So again, you get 10 stacks per second up to 50, so 5 seconds. And this time, each stack will give you 0.8% armor regen when consumed. So you're not going to have armor regen while you're running around. No. It is building up that stack so that when you jump into cover, it will consume that stack. So here's the deal. You jump into cover, right? 5 seconds. You get your crit hit damage and you get your RPM buff, right? You jump out of cover, you're running around, you find the enemy. All of a sudden, you're getting all of these armor regen stacks, right? Now, it doesn't immediately apply to your character. So you're running around, you're shooting things, blah, 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 getting some kills, and then all of a sudden, an enemy spawns behind you and they start shooting you, right? You get to half armor. You jump into cover. Now, when you're in cover with those stacks from Into the Light, it will only consume 10 per second. So you're not going to be able to consume the 50 stacks all at once. That's not how it works. It's only 10 per second. So let's say you have 50 stacks of Into the Light, right? It will consume 10 of those per second. So for 5 seconds, you have 8% armor regen while in cover. And that is huge. Even with an all red DPS Umbra Initiative, if you're shooting enemies and you're about to die, jump into cover with max stacks of Into the Light, and then all of a sudden you have your armor back just like that. Now then, while you have that armor back, so it takes 5 seconds, right, to consume all 50 stacks. Well, the funny thing is that from the shadows only takes 5 seconds to get max stacks. So while you are healing yourself back to full health, you are now getting your 50% crit hit damage and your 15% RPM buff at the same time. And then boom, you jump back out of cover. Brrr, all of a sudden you have your RPM buff, your damage buff, you're good to go. Oh man, I lost a little bit of armor. Boom, back into cover. Boom, 8% armor regen per second. Let's go. This thing is ridiculously strong. Ridiculously strong. So this is only the normal gear set. This isn't even with the chest piece or the backpack. Oh no, this crap gets even better. So buckle up, here we go. So for the chest piece, this helps amplify your From the Shadows part of the buff. Not the Into the Light, only the From the Shadows. So remember that. So the chest piece is for damage. The backpack is for armor regen. Remember that. So for the chest piece, you get From the Shadows. It will increase your stacks to 100, and it will increase your stacks gained per second from 10 to 20. So again, it only takes 5 seconds, but now this 5 seconds gives you double. Now you're getting 100% crit hit damage, and you're getting 30% RPMs. That's a third of your RPMs. So if you're sitting at 900 RPMs on a weapon, all of a sudden, boom, now you're at 1,200 RPMs with 100% crit hit damage buff. Like, come on, get out of here. Like, this is ridiculously strong. So what I do for normal DPS builds is I'll keep the chest piece on and I won't use the backpack because I'm not too worried about it. The healing from Umbra Initiative is so strong already that I'm not really too worried about it. I want more damage. You know me, it's all about damage on damage, you know, damage sandwich. Now, with this, here's just an example, right? I was saying the 900 RPMs kind of for a reason, because right here, boom, you have the Chameleon. This one's at 900 RPMs. Now, with the Umbra Initiative at 100 stacks, now you're at 1200 RPMs. Like, come on. And you're getting 100% crit hit damage on top of that. And the Chameleon comes with crit chance. So if I toggle over to my stats, I'm already at max crit chance. And then that extra crit hit damage is just going to help me out even more. It's ridiculous. Now, this is just one build. I mean, I have several builds that I'm going to be talking to you about. Now, let's talk about the backpack, okay? So, boop-a-doo. Now, just look at this, right? So, Umbra Initiative, Umbra Initiative, Umbra Initiative, Umbra Initiative, Umbra Initiative, Umbra Initiative. Look at all of these different Umbra builds. Like, come on. Like, this is so much fun. Anyways, here's the backpack, right? So the backpack right off the bat looks really cool. Nice little design. I haven't even changed it. It actually looks pretty damn wicked. Now, the backpack gives you that talent into the light. Now, this is the opposite, right? I told you the chest piece gives you that damage. The backpack gives you that armor regen. So, with this one, into the light, it will increase your stacks to 50, and then 20 per second to gain, and then, of course, the 20 per second on consume. Now, that's the big one for you healers out there. Or, not healers, but you, what would I say? You tanky agents that like to heal themselves fairly fast. This is ridiculous. So, 100 stacks, 20 per second, and then you can consume 20 per second. So, let's reread this part of the talent, because this is crazy. So, while out of cover, you will then gain 20 per second up to 100. And then each stack will give you 0.8% armor regen when consumed. Now, when you consume, it's going to be 20 per second. Oh my God, 20 per second. So now you're getting 16% armor regen per second for 5 seconds. 16% armor regen, people. Have you ever seen a 16% armor regen build? Of course not. They don't exist. I think I've had what, like let's see. So Emperor's Guard, Bellstone, Memento, and then what, like a 2-piece of Golan. So that gives you what, 7%, I believe, 6%. And now we're talking about 16%. I mean, you're just going to straight up heal right back to health immediately. It's amazing. So with this one, for 5 seconds out of cover, you get all that armor regen stacks, jump back into cover. It'll consume 20 per second. So then you're getting that 16% armor regen per second for 5 seconds. Stupid. So let's talk about different builds, all right? And then we'll show you, how they work in the firing range. Now, first up, I'm using, here's a Chameleon build, okay? So right off the bat, Chameleon, it's crit central because that AR comes with crit chance. So what I did is I threw a Coyote's Mask for more crit hit damage. You get the crit hit damage from the Umbra Initiative, and then I'm running 1 piece of Fenris to get the extra assault rifle damage. Pretty simple. Now, I'm using that Chameleon because of the high RPMs. Now, for the opposite effect, here's this one with the King Breaker. Now, the King Breaker only has a 650 RPM, but you're gaining a third of that with the Umbra Initiative. So right off the bat, we're what, around 900 RPMs on a King Breaker? Stupid, people. Come on. And then with that, again, Coyotes with the Fenris for the more base damage, the more crit to go with the Umbra. Another great setup. Next one, Lady Death. So this one is more of a running gun, player's paradise. What you do is you jump into cover, you jump out, you run at them with the Lady Death, they're dead instantly, and then boom, you get that movement speed. Jump back into cover, heal up, jump out of cover, get all that damage, boom, you're good to go. Now, the cool thing about this is, again, the Lady Death has 900 RPMs. So if you use this with the Umbra Initiative, you get 1200 RPMs on a Lady Death, which deals amplified damage. Not only that, but on kill, you get that extra movement speed, and you're just off to the races. I mean, come on, done deal. Next up, here's another one. Now, this one's more towards the armor regen side. Now, I'm using this one with a Vector, and my Vector has over 1200 RPMs already. So then you're going to add 30% to that, and then we're already, what, over 1500 RPMs on a Vector? And this one is set towards more armor regen. So this one, and it is a build in progress, but I'm sitting just about 50k armor regen per second. And that is before the Umbra Initiative proc. So, I mean, come on. This is just, it's pretty damn cool. So then you could probably run this with all blues, be super tanky, use those RPMs to your advantage, jump back into cover, heal instantly, and then boom, you're right back into the fight. So I'm going to be showing you build breakdowns of all these. I'm just giving you a sneak peek at different ways to build. Again, here's another one, kind of armor regen based, but I wanted the chest piece and the backpack because I wanted all of the RPMs, all of the damage, and all of the armor regen. So then I paired it up with the Catharsis to give me more damage and heals, and then also the Emperor's Guard to give me more armor regen. Now, here's a Pestilence version. So the Pestilence I'm using with Contractors and Memento. That way I get more armor regen just from the Memento, but it also gives me more damage, which helps out those Pestilence ticks. Now, using Umbra Initiative with the Pestilence, all of a sudden your Pestilence is shooting wicked quick. I mean, come on, this thing's at 605 RPMs just off the rip, and then you're adding another 30% onto that. So then what, you're at, 790, I believe, 785 for the RPMs on a Pesty build with that reload speed and that crit hit damage, and you're getting the Memento stacks and the Contractor's gloves. Like, come on, stupid. Next, let's see. So that was the Pestilence, right? So our next one right here is the Rock and Roll, where you could run around and just destroy people with the Rock and Roll shotgun. Now, what I did is I went for the crit and the sustainability with the 0Fs and the backpack. That way I can heal myself. Because with the Rock and Roll, you're doing a lot of face tanking. So you will get damaged eventually. So the best thing to do is to have that perfectly unbreakable with that backpack, giving you that armor regen, and then you can, stay alive that way. And then, let's see, we have two more. I have a Chatterbox version, which with the Chatterbox, you're shooting even faster, and with that reload speed bonus plus the Chatterbox talent, you're reloading even fast. Like, it's, come on, ridiculous. With all the crits, the reload speed, I mean, the Chatterbox is going to be one of the more sought-after exotics to use with this set. And then finally, this one I want to use is the Rail Splitter. The Rail Splitter with Rate of Fire. So I'm going to have over 1200 RPMs on this bad boy with that armor regen and the crit from the Coyotes and the crit and the RPMs from the Umbra. I mean, come on, get out of here. This is ridiculous. So let me show you what it sounds like, just even in the firing range. So I'm going to show you with the Rail Splitter, let you hear it, see it, the whole shebang. Now I'm just going to show you just real quick what the RPMs feel, look like, etc. And then we'll get you out of here. I know I'm talking up a storm with this video, but this gear set is so damn strong. And I've seen it in literally every part of the game already, and it hasn't even been a week. I go into the Dark Zone, boom, there's already people running in the Dark Zone. Conflict, of course. The one that surprised me was I did a District Union the other day, and there were 2 people running Umbra Initiative. I was like, dang, okay. All right, so let's see. So Umbra Initiative, get into cover, get my stacks. All right, you can see it's transferring over to from the shadows. I have to get out of cover. That's ridiculous, people. I mean, I'm keeping the DPS just at 3 million, and that's per magazine. So look, I'll just do 1 magazine. And then with stopping it, I was at 3.6. It dropped down to 3.2. Look, I'll show you again. Oh, that was almost 5 million. Dang. Hold on. Let me go for headshots. Dang. I missed a whole bunch of those. But you can see how the stacks are lowering, right? And it's pretty low. It's pretty slow. To where if I just jump back into cover for, boom, like 2 seconds, boom, now I'm at max stacks again. Stupid. Stupid, man. This is ridiculous. And then I can run around. You can see I have both procs right there indicated. So then, boom, I'm getting my armor regen. I'm getting my stacks back for my damage. And then, boom, right back at it. Now, if I were to damage self, there we go. All right, so do that, and then jump back into cover. Watch. Now it's consuming. Look at that heal. Look at that heal. Come on, people. I'm at like 90% completely healed. That is ridiculous. So then look. I'm right there. I'm running around. Oh, getting the cover. Boom. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Boom. You're already nearly fully healed. That is crazy. Not only that, but then you have the RPMs and the crit damage. Like, come on. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know how you guys are running Umbra Initiative. I just gave you, I don't know, a half dozen different options to choose from here. Let me know what your favorite is, all that jazz. And while you're at it, hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more. I am Kamikazevondoom. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.